The first time I heard about what was to become the Horrible Histories was when I was still working on the Coping With series with Pt.2. In each of those books, we did a history of whatever the subject was, the history of teachers, the history of parents. And we had a huge fun doing that, so much so that we did a special one-off book to coincide with the anniversary of the discovery of America about Christopher Columbus. It was called The Life and Times of Cristobal Colon. So it was pretty much a horrible history in everything but name. And we loved doing that. And I remember speaking to the editor, Helen Greathead, and said, can we do a Coping With history? And I remember this. She was behind her desk and she sort of went, I seem to remember her touching the side of her nose and saying, hold that thought. Something's just come in I think you might be interested in. And that was the first I heard about these books and the first I heard about Terry. And I said, that sounds great. Yeah. And then I think the next thing that happened was there was a meeting. And there was just me and Terry. First time I met Terry was around a table. The art director, Alison Gadsby, and the editor, Helen Greathead. And there were four of us around the table. And that's kind of when it all started. I scribbled something down and that ended up being our logo and a couple of cover ideas. And it all sort of took off from that. And I got along with Terry straight away. I think we sort of got each other what these books were going to be. So the irreverence was there at the start. And we thought we will do two. And if they do okay, we'll do a couple more. I have truly lost track of how many horrible histories I've done. I certainly haven't done them all because occasionally other artists have stepped in and done what I been me when I couldn't. And 50? Because some of them are not the normal sort of standard horrible histories. We've had gift books and we've had sticker books and activity books and the specials. They're still going. We're in our 28th year at present. Plans will start being made about our 30th anniversary, which is ever so slightly scary. Of course, they've expanded into television and stage, which feeds into the whole demand for the books. We've recently started doing subject-driven books. So having done eras like the Tudors and the Stuarts and the Victorians, now we're doing things like flight and shipping. So we've got All at Sea, and this year Up in the Air came out. And as soon as I'm finished here, I'm going to head back home and get stuck into Right on Track, which is all about trains. So they're still going, which is great. They're still huge fun to do. Horrible Histories is still, even after all these years, 28 years, it's still the biggest thing that I will probably ever do. And for that, I shall always be grateful. It's enabled me to do things that I never thought that I'd be able to do. Having quit Teachers College, now I can go back into school to speak to kids, and it's a massive privilege, and I love that part of my job because I can talk about drawing and what that meant to me. But it's also taught me about writing. So I've been writing my own books recently. It's enabled me to explore other areas that fascinate me, like my animal books, Lesser Spotted Animals. So with everything that I've learnt from this wonderful non-fiction series, I can use for this other non-fiction series. And I feel very lucky, actually, with everything the journey that the Horrible Histories has taken me on. I've learnt so much apart from anything else.